This is what we call hater shit. There is no better term. So pretty much every single day that I have had a plan, a game plan for what we're going to do, whether it's rallying, whether it's going to congressmen, aldermen, going to the library, they find a way to fuck it up. They destroy our stuff. They pour water on us. They've peed on our tent before. I don't understand, short of blatant anarchy, how this could be possible. We're at the laundry.
Dang.
So I have those two huge machines, $40, okay, just to wash this stuff. And I just did this 3 days ago. My life, believe it or not, is not meant for this. I'm supposed to be with my children, raising my kids.
Your life is what you make of it, Heather.
Viviana, Lewis, and Alexis, the kids I gave birth to, in my own home, relaxing with some apple cinnamon scented candles, not sleeping in a fucking tent, fighting off drug users and domestic abusers. This is ridiculous. Okay, so let me just reiterate.
It is really ridiculous, honestly. It is so ridiculous that you don't want to be homeless at all, so you say, but you're still homeless after all these years.
Just reiterate for you guys, and I'm using a filter. This is Heather. I have 3 children. I've always worked a full-time job, as well as several side hustles, waist trainer sales, glasses sales, tons of stuff, personal training, services sales, nutrition sales. I am being oppressed, meaning I have gotten 21 jobs since 2019 that I have been chased out of, physically assaulted out of, or forced out of. I have filed police reports after each. My vehicle has been destroyed and stolen. My title stolen. All of this reported to law enforcement. On top of that, I've been raped, bludgeoned, stabbed, beaten, and left outside to die in a tent while my 3 children have to live with their father, and sometimes we have phone contact and sometimes not. And no one can explain to me why, even though I still have a court order with custody. So I have custody of my children, but they're with their fathers.
No, you don't.
I walk from the downtown area with I don't have a lot of money, no regular income since being chased out of all my jobs. Every single time I get a little bit of money and I have plans to spend it on clothing for my children or myself, someone comes and destroys everything we have that we need.
Please tell me she is not about to say something happened to that $400 she got for winter clothes.
Like my tent. I don't have indoor place to sleep. 4 years of calling 311 in for shelters. I have no drug problems. I have no issues. I have a bachelor's degree. They refuse to give me a court date. Everything that has gone on surrounding my case is not only unethical and immoral, it's also illegal, degrading, and dehumanizing. I have been tortured in so many ways I could not even begin to recount them. I just had to spend 1/3 of my total income for the month on a new tent and new sleeping bags because someone destroyed mine again.
Don't you get cash assistance, though? So doesn't the government kind of pay for that as well? Well, we the people pay for. You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm just kidding. I don't live there, but still, other people that you don't know, that you probably can't stand, that you probably curse out, actually helped you get that tent, Heather, because you got that either on donations or cash assistance. Either way, but you are receiving cash assistance. That's not just free money.
Again, for the 4th or 5th time since we've been out here. No one is giving me the money back for these things. No one. No one is paying me to get bludgeoned or stabbed. And I'm 22 weeks pregnant with baby number 4. I'm a fantastic mother.
Yeah,
my children have a great mom. Why do you people continue to prevent me from parenting my children?
You are not going to try to use everybody as an excuse in your crazy delusion ways that we are stopping you from parenting. We have nothing to do. Before nobody even fucking heard of you. Before you even went on that show, Heather, you were being a piece of shit mom. So that's all on you. If you're a piece of shit parent, that's on you.
What kind of further abuse against me is it going to take? Do I have to wind up dead on the side of the road for you people to take this seriously? What do I need to do? Because I've not agreed to be a part of any federal traps, any law enforcement traps or game playing. None of that. I don't want anything to do with it. I'm not here for the fucking social experiments. None of that shit. I'm a social media influencer in that you motherfuckers are influenced by what I really talk about.
What?
I'm not creating agendas based on poverty of people I'm not, around. I live this shit. And a lie cannot stand next to the truth. Okay, so just so you guys know, I have no idea how to be homeless. I've been on my own since 18 years old, 14 if you really, think of it. But my own apartment since 18. This is how I have all of our stuff. Waterproof bags, tied up, everything clean, every 3 to 7 days in the laundromat. I don't know how these fucking nasty...
How are you homeless for so many years and you don't know how to be homeless? What? If you ever see a mess around me, no, it's not me. I need an apartment. All my Airbnb review are glowing. Each host said the same 3 things: clean, respectful, kind. Okay, well, we see you almost every fucking day on here, and you are not. You are not.
Animals live, but I don't live like that. So if you see shit fucked up, trust and believe that it had nothing to do with Heather. Okay? I am very clean. Always have.
Third person. She's talking in the third person. I gotta see this cardigan.
And I'm a mom. And I'm... Okay, so just so you guys know, I have no idea how to be homeless. I've been on my own since 18 years old, 14 if you really, think of it. But my own apartment since 18. This...
That thing really is an eyesore. It's always been an eyesore. I will never understand why they just can't have a book bag each. Let's start, we finally got rid of the second cart. Let's start, condensing and minimizing these things, Heather.
Is how I have all of our stuff. Waterproof bags, tied up, everything clean, every 3 to 7 days in the laundromat. I don't know how these fucking nasty animals live, but I don't live like that. So if you see shit fucked up, trust and believe that it had nothing to do with Heather. Okay? I am very clean. Always have been. I'm a mom, and this shit is disgusting. I cannot stand these motherfuckers. Cannot.
Coming from the person who wants to try to fucking throw flowers down. Who is mean to flowers, bro?
So you guys know a little bit about GoPro Solo. GoPro Solo is a project that I began working on to create artwork out of smut, basically. I was exposed brand new, completely innocent. I think I should do this as a live or as a longer reel, because there's a lot to say about the subject, but I had never even seen porn before. And a man approached me, Dylan Smith, the Love After Lockup character, and basically made me feel like the most beautiful goddess in the world. And like, if I loved him, I would engage in these sorts of behavior. And this is what we call in the business grooming or conditioning. And people primarily who have undergone issues that affected their self-confidence as teenagers or young children are targets. I was sent to Jamaica as a 14-year-old and spent the rest of my teenage life in almost complete isolation. So at 18 years old, I aged out of the system, got my own apartment, got married, had children. I was encouraged to do porn, which I never did, thank God. But I did do a lot of solo content, and a lot of it was nude, a lot of it was XXX, and I sold it. I'm an artist, and I've always been an artist. Since I was a little girl, I've loved art. It's been my favorite class. I've always been very, very creative as well. And I'm also pretty intelligent. So this new campaign of being able to create artwork, even though it was very sexy and explicit in nature, and sell it for profit on my own while utilizing social media as a marketing platform, I absolutely fell in love with that process. I changed the content.
I wonder, I'll kind of off topic, but I wish I was able to, not that it would help, but it would be nice to kind of diagnose people. Because her and Leticia remind me of each other, where it's like, I don't know if they're on the spectrum, but there's something about these two people, and I've seen other people act this way, but just not to this extent, where they're very mean, they don't have emotions, and they are intelligent, but it's like they're intelligent in other ways, but not for actual, like, real life. You know what I'm saying? Like, which makes sense why Heather wouldn't be street smart, even if she's been living on the street for 4 years. But she is, well, she's kind of smart in other ways. But she's also stupid at the same time. I don't know. It just intrigues me sometimes because it's like, what is it? Or are y'all just like fried? I don't. Are you just like a horrible person? Like you're just a horrible, pretty bright person. But you're just evil, or I don't know. It doesn't matter anyways what mental illness, honestly, because she's old enough to know that she needs to be fixed. I don't want to have this debate.
And the subject matter away from sexy, away from XXX, and I started creating artwork based on what was going on in my life and different abuses that I had overcome, and I started using my art and the platform as a way to cope, almost like therapy. So then what starts happening?
Alright, get the F away from me and take this phony ass piece of shit with you. Oh, God. Okay, thank you. This made it a little bit better. Cowards rebrand, phonies rebrand, GoPro Solo, and one Heather G, along with Coco.Chanel.YSL, are real, true accounts of my life experience. They prove my entire journey, and if anyone finds themselves invested enough to actually listen in chronological order, the truth is very easy to find. Heather, stop.
I start getting messages saying, you don't have custody of your kids, you're a drug addict, you're on crack, you're a prostitute, none of which have ever been true. And the reason for that is because whoever the fuck was wearing Xavier's skin the other day wants me to rebrand myself. They don't want the proof to be on any of my pages. They don't want my next identity to have...
Your next identity? Fuck, what the frick is your next identity, man? I could see Heather, like, if she was locked up or something, I could see her trying to rally all the inmates together to be, like, bad examples to try to rule the prison. Preach it, Heather.
To do with my previous, and I'm not... I was encouraged to do... So then what starts happening is... I start getting messages saying, you don't have custody of your kids.
Ways to find and charge parties responsible for defamation, slander, suits, and harassment resulting in bodily harm and significant loss of quality of life for an entire family. I'm kind of nosy now. I'm going to say go to one. I saw a couple of people. Oh my gosh.
In under 3 weeks since I created this Snapchat account, maybe 4, I have been posting almost daily and saving all of my content. Now, they locked my account without even so much as a warning again, which if anyone knows me, they knows I don't post smut. I haven't worked in any sort of, even sexy capacity, which isn't illegal. It was like maybe PG-13 in its most recent, since before 2018. You can't ban a person from a platform because in 2018, they produced sexy content. I don't circulate that, nor have I. So I don't know what's going on. I think it's, again, these fake developers who are not really Snapchat, creating cloned copies of apps that are meant to look like the apps. They use the branding, the logos, the color combinations, and it's not really Snapchat blocking or locking. It's these fucking...
Pop, lock, and drop it. Pop, lock, and drop it. Snapchat. Complaining and refusing to accept caca are not the same. Bye. All of that, but make sure you recap on reality in your intended direction. What?
Do not complain. I'm telling you right now, no one likes to complain. Complaining is like kryptonite, man. It repels people.
Oh, she's trying to defend why she complains so much. Oh, that must have hurt her when she listened to that. That's why she was saying complaining and refusing to accept the shit are not the same.
People away from you. Be a problem solver. Be an optimistic problem solver. Half the people are going to give you some bullshit.
So I was getting ready to do a photo shoot.
Hater shit.
And I tried to put on my eyelash. I start tearing up. Can't fucking see. I'm like crying, trying to save the look.
Oh no.
Someone replaced my eyelash glue.
Oh, they fucking took your glue. Damn it.
With acetone.
What?
So, again, who the fuck raised these people?
Who the fuck crazy?
I'm trying to salvage it, but it's like now mixed together with like crust and acetone. It's half sticky, half gooey, half burning.
Half burning.
Now we're going to find some food really quickly. And
she's like, okay, I'm all dressed and ready with my makeup on and my hair did. I'm ready to go out of the tent, babe. Let's go get some food.
Then come back and probably do the photo shoot I wanted to shoot. Hi guys. Okay, so
Look how nice and sophisticated she looks with her blanket wrapped around her shoulders.
I was writing up an agenda and several different papers that I have always been writing about and working on since the beginning of time. If you've ever found, so there were at my previous home, let's start over.
Oh, God.
At my previous home, a 5-bedroom house that I shared with my 3 children. Probably one of the happiest times of my life, despite the most severest amount of exploitation. I had the most assistance hands-on with my situation and my family and my life. And I don't think it came in the form of like, hi, I'm so-and-so and I'm here to help. It was more so like a conspiring of the universe to save my life. And it hasn't had the cleanup that I have expected or, imagined it would have. I expected to be literally like rescued for like black ops to come rushing into my house, like pick me up off of the sofa.
Bitch, this is not no Disney fucking fairy tale movie. What are you thinking? She's just on that meds, on the drugs. She's on something.
Grab the kids in the other arm. So 3 kids on one side, me on the other side, over the shoulder, running out, going into some like bulletproof vehicle. Everyone is there, from my whole family and extended family. We're safe. My husband happens to be the black op who saved us. My abs are chiseled. You guys, that was so funny. But seriously, though, that's what I expected. And the process of, like, healing myself from all this bullshit and abuse and pain and targeting and sexual assault and financial exploitation and just very confusing, scary, sad things that...
Okay, I'm sorry, but I have to point this out. Did anyone else notice how she lowered her voice like a normal person would whenever she said sexual assault? Isn't that kind of, like just little bombs here and there, I really wish I could just rewind it real quick. Y'all can. Just tap it a couple times.
Happened has been tedious. Oh my God. The abuse is going to suck, right? But nobody talks about how hard and difficult and long and tedious and repetitive the healing process is and getting better and moving forward.
Right, I have no idea what she's talking about. There's no, is she this high, like, just on weed? This bitch is high. Like, high. Like, she's fucked. And of course, like most of the time, I have no idea what she's talking about, but it's even, like, more, literally started alive talking about a fantasy.
Forward with your life following something like that, your bounce back game, so to speak, as the frequency and intensity of abuse continues to rise. So do your skills in coping with them, or they don't. And we also don't talk about how there are periods of time when they don't. You are spent. Like, you have nothing left to offer a situation. You are exhausted of the situation, and you can't stop working on it.
Right.
It's not going to go away if you stop, right? So every single time I begin getting targeted again, what do I mean by targeted? I mean, every one of my actions or behaviors is interpreted, sometimes intentionally wrong, and very publicly, either online, in person, in direct communication, towards the people I love, towards the people I care about, towards my friends and family members, whatever, what have you. It's a misinterpretation of my life that is represented in ways that could be accidental and genuinely misperceived, or are nefarious and malicious and being created and nefariously spread around and perpetuated for a common goal. Okay? And there are reasons from A to Z, with those being the extremes of each, that a person could go through this. And what I want to focus on right now is just the fact that I was literally sitting here feeling like real shit about myself because of some unknown, like, losers blowing up my phone, saying lies on my voicemail box. Like, I'm like, really? Why again with this shit? Like, I'm already sitting in this fucking tent, saying the F word too much, more than I usually do, so something's going on. Having difficult, strained communication with my children. My daughter's not picking up the phone in 21 weeks, Alexis. My older daughter's not picking up the phone in like 9 or 10 days, with the exception of like 8 seconds, twice. That's unacceptable. My kids either live with me full time or we're on the phone together all the time. What is going on? And I get scared, about what could possibly be happening. But while all of that is going on, I sometimes get these godly epiphanies. It's like a friend that I don't see or hear just telling me, like, look, yeah, what's happening sucks, and it's really happening. This is not you being delusional or paranoid or, convoluting truth. It's really going on. But guess what else is going on, right? And this was the epiphany that just came to me. If you search my name with a lot of different things after it, you get a lot of different results, right? So someone was telling me before, well, do you have a social media presence for what you're selling? Well, what am I selling? I'm smelling. I'm selling a whole bunch of stuff. Copyright, website copyright, small business, marketing, social media branding, themes and management, all sorts of different stuff. Well, when you go on Google and you type up on Google, hold on, babe, I'm doing something.
Hang on.
Xavier. And
it sounded like they were in like a house and she's like calling out from the other room. Hang on, babe.
Hold on, babe, I'm doing something. Xavier. And you type on Google.
Sorry, that makes me so laugh. Every time I hear that part, hang on, babe, I'm coming. Because it just reminds me, like, whenever I'm in a room somewhere and I have to, like, holler across the house. He must be, like, outside smoking or something.
Heather Gillespie, which is my legal name.
Yes.
social media marketing. So that's what I just got done typing up. You could see it there. Forgive my unmanicured nails. When you type that up, Heather Gillespie social media marketing, wouldn't you know it?
Wouldn't you know what?
The top 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 4 search results without scrolling, other than past the sponsored, which means paid ads, are all direct links to places where my marketing work can be found, right? Or at least a record of marketing and other sales.
This totally didn't go the way. She's so high. I thought she was about to go on a rant and talk about how maybe you should get medical marijuana if that's what you've been doing. If that's what, maybe you should fucking. I'd rather you like this than how you usually are. Good Lord. I thought she was about to say something about, because usually she bitches about whenever people Google her name, it comes up with nefarious shit, people trying to change her, whatever. And now she's talking about, I guess, her LinkedIn profile, pretty much. Like how the stories have changed. Like, it just depends on what type of mood she's in.
Sales experience, marketing experience can be found. I'm sure it's the same if you type in Heather Gillespie sales experience, probably what will pop up. The same page with renewable energy as the focus, right? So, in the same sense, while I'm very upset still to this day that I agreed to do Love After Lockup and that they chose to portray a person and group of people.
She can't even fucking say it with a straight face.
Chose to portray a person and group of people in the way that they did. I'm not going to keep getting into details. I feel as though the show is exploiting significantly a group of people who are not able to advocate for themselves, stand up for themselves, myself included. Even understanding my contract and understanding that it was predatory in nature and that...
Oh, no, wait, calm down. Relaxed again. Don't work yourself up, because I don't want it. It's been going good, Heather.
No judge would allow it. I still couldn't figure out how, and still to this day I haven't been able to figure out how to get it away and make it stop affecting me. So I guess at the end of the day, those people did do me a huge, favor in forcing me to thicken my skin, because when you're great and when you refuse to give up at life, people are going to be mean to you. I'm also not grateful for the same reasons. But as I sit here and defend myself, to the rumors and the hatred and people, it wouldn't be so bad if it didn't carry over into my life. But this hatred and that's all I can call it, is hatred. It does. People are following us in person, stealing the poles to our tent.
Stop it.
Destroying our belongings. And it's not right, you guys. It's just really not right. So I'm super grateful for the angel that reminded me that I am so many things, amazing at so many things, and that you guys who are supportive of that are getting what you're looking for in understanding that. People who are looking for something else in me, might also find that. So I'm not just a mom. I'm also a woman. I'm also a creative. I'm also a marketing, professional. I'm also a social media person.
Also a creative.
All of these things, what you look for, you will find record of, because I truly am those. And as they continue to tell me over and over in the Kevin Gates verbiages, the truth can't stand next to a lie. So a lot of these people, even though they really want to be allies with me and they like me personally on a personal level, take nothing personal, they lie. That's they're con artists, a lot of these people that I actually get along with, which is fucked up. You know,
What?
they are real con artists. And
Because so are you.
if I'm carrying myself in a sense of truth, and they've made their whole claim to fame on lies, we fuck each other up. You know, and that's where I don't want any involvement. I'm standing in my truth. Has nothing to do with you and your lies. You lie for entertainment. I stand in my truth to heal myself from traumas and abuses and move forward with my life. You know, so anyways, you guys, that's all just a little example of what I've been thinking about. I've also been writing and, you know, doing that. So we have the novel in development, a couple days of, you know, not much activity mentally because I've been physically exhausted and completely draining myself. I'm 22 weeks pregnant. I'm very concerned because I've not been able to see my youngest child, Alexis, in 22 weeks, and I've only been able to spend 5 to 20 minutes with the older kids. I'm walking and pushing weight and working out and just doing a lot. And when I say walking, I'm saying probably just this week another 30 miles so far. There's no reason for that. I'm tired. I'm tired. So I'm trying to get some rest today, but by rest, I mean sitting down and writing down everything I need to do. I had a $400 budget for the month to get myself a blazer, each child winter sweatsuit, and a pair of joggers or pants, whichever they'd like. And that's how I do things. I don't have a lot of money flow right
I can't with how. And that's how I do things, you know? That's how I do things. I don't have a lot of money flow right now.
now, so I need to buy things for myself and my children little by little. But that person stealing the poles and destroying the tent put a damper on that, and so I needed to spend $200 on just equipment to replace the equipment that I just got a few weeks ago, to replace the equipment that was destroyed that I bought a few months before that, and the equipment that I bought before that.
Yeah. But remember, none of that was actually from you. Like, that was not your money. People gave you money. Like, other people bought it for you. So stop acting. Don't get me started, because do not get me started. I am about to buy my third vacuum cleaner. Are you okay? Because this dog has a thing with freaking wires and it's tripping me out. I'm going to have to find a special hiding place for my vacuum cleaner. My third vacuum cleaner. What has it been? Not even 2 months, maybe? I don't want to hear it. And I don't get donations for my vacuum cleaner.
So this is the, I believe, 5th complete round of equipment in 18 months. Since Xavier and I have been out on the road and homeless, dealing with the social justice issues of homelessness and poverty. But that's it, you guys. Have a great night. And thank you for tuning in. I miss my babies. Viviana, Lewis, Alexis, if you're watching, I love you so much. I miss you so much. I hope that you're having, a good go of it right now, that everything is going well, and that the reason you're not calling me or, answering my FaceTime video requests is because you're busy having so much fun or earning so much income and abundance or doing an adventure.
They are kids.
Not anything, that moms that are crazy worry about when you don't answer the phone. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you later.
Okay, yeah.
Finish makeup look, heavy eyebrow, heavy eye. I was supposed to do with an eyelash. It doesn't work without an eyelash. So, whatever. I'll have to improvise. Maybe I'll cover my eyes or something. Who knows?
Ew. I mean, you gotta eat what you gotta eat. Doesn't that look nasty? That's how you gotta look at it. Is that a hot dog? Is it a hot dog and rice? But why does it look like water was inside of it?
So, we had our
pancakes again? Oh, Lord. Okay.
Second night at this location without access to electricity. So it's very cold for me. I know some of you are like,
why did y'all move from where y'all freaking had electricity? It looked like y'all had everything. Did y'all get, booted out or something? Did they shoo you away? Why did you move? That makes no sense to me. Where the fuck are y'all going? Just like how she was saying she walked 30 miles just yesterday, which I don't believe. But where are you, just walking in circles? Where are you fucking going? You might as well just stay put unless you're trying to leave the Chicago area. That's so weird to me.
Like deep sea plungers into like a barrel of ice and cold water for stamina. I am not. I am borderline anemic, 22 weeks pregnant, and possibly have some residual circulatory issues from years and years of taking different various medications that have some sort of nervous system indication with long-term use. And this is
I wonder what type of medication that was. That's intriguing to know. I wonder if it was like an antidepressant or some kind of bipolar. I wonder if she had. I wonder. You know what? I wonder if she took medicine. Like if she had, like, took her medication for whatever her diagnosis is, and she just didn't find the right one or something, and she just didn't like being on it. Because a lot of people don't like being on it, and then the doctors are like, oh, well, you just have to find the right one, and there's like fucking 10,000 of them, and you're like, nah, bitch, I'm good. Believe me, I've been there. So I wonder if she just had, if that just messed her up, and she decided she didn't want to take it no more.
all my own individual research. I have a bachelor's degree in healthcare administration, and I was a certified medical assistant and phlebotomist from the Illinois School of Health Careers. But because I couldn't finish paying off my tuition, they would not release my transcripts. I also do a ton of fact checking and career building enrichment programs that are offered for free, as well as took several different courses through DuPage County at Lombard. I believe it was called First Institute School of Medical Administration. And then I transferred from Community College, Triton College, and River Grove College. In River Grove and College of DuPage, I transferred credits from both of those institutions to AIU, which is a mostly online, but they do have in-person locations across the world, intercontinentally. So it's American Intercontinental University, and there are several locations. That's my background. So when I talk about my medical conditions and what's going on with me, let me clean the camera. I'm not trying to pretend to be your doctor, nor am I telling you how to handle your health shit. And I've said this in other videos, but I was hearing it all over the place and decided to just throw it in again. I'm cold, So we have the agenda. I have the agenda written up mostly. I don't really know the details. I know that it is beginning and ending with human kind of ethics, because I feel like all policy holders should have the same minimum when it comes to human rights and ethical treatment of humans. I feel like before I can ever even get into conversation or negotiation with a politician or alderman or share my situation with them, I need to first verify that our moral and ethical compasses are facing the same direction. So as you guys know, we went to the library multiple days last week, and there was some reason why we could not print out this agenda. I'm going to do it privately and email it to an actual printer and just have him print out a few copies, and then take that copy and make copies elsewhere as I need
them. Is she waiting for the truck to pass? She's so annoyed. Okay.
None of what I'm saying or discussing is new. I have not been assaulted again since about a month ago. The kick outside of the Gwen September 15th to my eye while pregnant, or face or body. I think it was just this region. I don't know if I black out or...
How do you not know, you think? What do you mean? How do you not know where somebody hit you? Especially if it was on the face. Like, even if you did black out, the shit will hurt. Especially afterwards. What the hell? I mean, even afterwards, I'm sure like that. And it's so crazy to me how she actually remembers the date. Sometimes. Most of the time, she actually remembers the date. And it's crazy to me because even if it did happen, I don't know the dates, So it's like, I don't know. She's just, it's probably all just written on the tent.
Just go into shock when I'm attacked, but I think
Okay, speaking of, sorry. Is this a new tent?
I know exactly what happened. I know for sure there was an assault to this area. I don't know if anything happened after that. There was a lot of ruckus. They ripped the wall off of my tent, kicked me in my face, and kind of dragged me another 5 to 10 feet on my back inside the tent while I was sleeping at 3:30 in the morning.
How big is your tent?
Again, I'm 22 weeks pregnant. I need somewhere safe to live. 311 is not an option. We've called them way too many times to count. I've gone live almost every day for the last several months on one platform or another, requesting assistance, direction, guidance. We've been to the hospitals, every hospital in Chicago. None of them have offered us any solutions. Rush Hospital, even Del Nor Hospital, all the way in Geneva, Northwestern Hospital. We're not getting anywhere. And as I said before, they're doing a lot of passing the buck. When I call the law enforcement officers who were on the scene for the victimizations, they say that the state didn't choose to pick up the case. I don't understand how that's possible. And they're trying to claim that for me to receive victim services, understand that the actions of these people and institutions have resulted in me having nowhere to live for the last 4 years, in me being separated from my 3 minor children who I have primary joint custody of. I share custody with their fathers.
Oh, now it's share. You used to always say you were the primary. That's it. You're just the primary. They were, what did you call them? Weekend dads or something like that. What is she? I don't even think she called them. I don't even think it was a weekend dad. I don't know.
We have been separated since 2020 from regular visitation. I see them every month or as frequently as I can. But Alexis, I haven't seen in 20 weeks, my youngest daughter. She's 10. You don't think she needs her mother? How would you justify that this is not a predatory situation?
Like, that's fucked up. You're saying, don't you think she needs her mother? Well, Heather, don't you think she needs her mother? I mean, why are you still sitting in a tent on the ground? Like, go do something. She's so crazy to me.
How would you be able to possibly make any sort of sense of the fact that there could not possibly be a working criminal justice system? If there were, how is this legal, ethical, possible? How? It's not. A situation only, transpires like this to this degree and capacity in situations of government crumbling and shutdown. What is happening? Do you guys have jurisdictions in your areas where you live that are still seeing court cases like regular? Have you filed petitions in them and been given a court date?
I have no idea why she's asking anybody this, because she's not going to read the comments. I mean, if she does, her eyes literally only see anything fucking negative. Or if it's anything helpful, she still tries to see it as negative.
Very loud. It's a truck. I apologize. Xavier's father came and dropped off very quickly some cash to him yesterday. And usually when Xavier gets a payment from his father, he gives me, 3/4 of it. If it's $100, he'll give me $80. If it's $200, he'll give me $180. And this is because...
I was about to say, why? Like, that's really nice. I mean, I don't know. Let me not even go, because what we got going on over here is nothing like what y'all got going on over there.
The entire duration of my time with Gatir and all the other jobs I worked, I supported Xavier and I got us Airbnbs with my checks. I paid for our meals, and Xavier contributed with whatever he got, and whatever he could.
So pretty much whenever the times that she would like complain about having to buy Xavier food and she only had so much money, you would have had that money to begin with if it wasn't for Xavier. How are you going to bitch about helping feed him whenever he gives you most of the money? So if he gives you most of the money, that means you're in control of the money, but for both of y'all. If y'all gonna be grown and do grown shit, I mean, do the grown shit right.
He's been giving me less than half lately.
I can see why.
And then I receive criticism and condemnation when I share the money with him.
What?
Xavier will starve himself because there is someone or thing that he has his money for. And he's not honest or forward with me about that. I don't know what it is. He never leaves me. We're together every day.
Dude, everything, this is such I'm about to get really aggravated because there's so many times when she's complained about, like, we have actually seen Xavier eating and on a live, and he's eating like a freaking foot-long sandwich, and then she's sitting there complaining about how she's hungry. We're talking about Xavier won't eat. And then you want to tell me, you do say too much. You cannot lie. You say too much. And then, what about whenever Xavier would always go on these errands? He would go get y'all food, or he would have to go somewhere, and you would have to be by yourself. Like, what? I'm so confused with this story turning. Like, we've seen it also, Heather.
Even if I ask him nicely or scream to hell to go away, he will not. There is something going on, and I don't know what it is, besides my own situation. I want to be with my children. I was not raised to eat food and not at least offer some of it to someone sitting with me. The fact that he has money in his pocket and refuses to buy himself food, but if I don't offer half of what I have, everyone around me begins punishing me.
So, is he saving that money then for drugs? I mean, that's the only thing I could think about. Why else would he be holding on to his money?
Whether that's through online harassment, telephone calls, assault. There are so many clear indicators that what's going on is immoral, unethical, malicious, and nefarious. There are so many indicators that so many of us are being used quite literally like video game characters to be harmed and curated with.
Curated?
And it's sickening.
Sickening.
And I don't understand the purpose.
Me neither.
A video game is not the same as using a human being to cause trauma to another human being. What don't you understand about that?
Everything.
So when you guys hear my blog posts and my live updates starting to sound like this, like I'm counseling children, understand that my opinion and my feelings on the matter are that the people around me are fucking complete belligerent morons. That I think they should all be loaded into a semi-truck trailer. All of the rapists, all of the creepers, all of the opportunists who harm women and children, all of the undercover, sexually deviant people who can be incentivized by the promise of a BJ or a handy. These are the terms that they're using now. I know.
I know. I
think it's disgusting. If you've raised a child that is not being forced to engage in behavior like this and is engaging in such behavior, You owe the entire community an apology. And you owe the entire community an explanation.
What is it?
And you also owe the entire community a suggestion and a suggestive plan
Oh my gosh,
for
Sarah, did you
how
stop?
to undo the tremendous amounts of trauma and detriment and abuse that have been done. I don't blame you. I've met people with children who seemed normal that were fucked up. Fucked up.
Yeah.
But you most certainly need to be a part of the solution.
Is that a Coleman tent?
I am going to use the $40 Xavier gave me yesterday on some fucking pancakes. I'm 22 weeks pregnant. It's cold outside. I don't give a fuck if you people like it or not.
Get you some fucking pancakes, bro. Get those fucking pancakes. Don't forget the
If
butter
you
and
want
the
to be
syrup.
part of the solution, please do. Please tell me how to contact you or any agency or group or funding, because I need an apartment. I need an apartment that is safe to raise my family, my 3 children who are already in existence. My daughter needs her mother to be prepping her for college next year. She's 17 years old.
Like, that's so crazy. I wonder if she if first, like, if a miracle happened and she got into a house, does she really honestly think that those kids would be coming over and staying with her?
She was 14 years old when we went into this, living with me 5 days out of the week, getting all B's and A's in her classes.
It's A's and B's, not B's and A's.
Her grades have not been that way since then. Her attendance has not been that way since then. Who pays for that? Because there's most definitely a dollar amount associated with that.
Okay, well then with your analogy, obviously you're at fault and you're to blame then. If your offspring does something, it's your fault. So, it's your fault, right?
When you tie and bound and gag a mother whose responsibility is to be with her children, and you keep this woman in a space where she cannot possibly raise her children, who pays for the detriment that follows?
This is why you should have picked your kids. Fuck, shit, gosh, man, you made a huge mistake. You messed up a few times. You did shit bad. Just fucking own it, dude. Nobody owes you for anything because nobody did it. You did it too. That's like someone going to rob a bank with somebody else and they're crying in prison talking about they need to let him out because they didn't rob the bank. Like it wasn't their idea. They were just there. Like, gosh, Heather, everybody knows. I think that's what just is aggravating the most is the lies. Like, she will flat out just lie. Like, everybody knows. And she just very easily lies as if everyone is just so stupid and they don't know any better.
I've been paying my taxes since I had my first job at the age of 14 years old.
Okay, so obviously you weren't working very long at 14 either if you were at that horrible school at age 14, and then you also were able to get your little special permit to work at 14.
My parents have always paid their taxes. They're property owners, owners of vehicles, owners of houses, and they've been poor and lived outside and had nowhere to go.
There you go. No offense.
They've been bullied by law enforcement. And law enforcement has assisted them. We've been ignored by the FBI. And as far as I know, the FBI is taken over. We don't have the FBI anymore, as far as I know. Because if the FBI was in existence, the things that have happened to me that I can solve, logistically I can solve them. Practically, I don't have the resources, the funding, or the connections to get them solved. But you would think that someone in the FBI with access to every piece of intellectual property in existence, Rolodex, phone numbers, etc. and so forth,
Rolodex,
you would think that a person in a position like that would most certainly
Okay. She talking about you think the FBI would have everything. Rolodex, phone numbers. Why you got to start with the office stuff, Heather?
have the ability and the desire to solve the problems that have been unfolding around me, resulting in repeated assaults, robberies, and other exploitative behaviors against myself and people like myself or around myself. But they've not. You know how I know they've not? I'm still outside in a fucking tent on the side of the road. That's how I know. I'm going for pancakes.